Welcome to this episode of On the Record, your official source of information from Bossier Schools.
Happy Mardi Gras, everybody. It is Fat Tuesday, and we are literally letting the good times roll at Bossier Schools. I'm Sonia Bales.
And I'm Jason Rowland, and we're at T.L. Rhodes Elementary this morning, and we couldn't be more excited to be at one of the happiest places on earth. Today is a special day where we are returning indoors for one of their special traditions, their Shoebox Mardi Gras Parade.
This is so much fun, and I tell you what, one of the parade goers is a very familiar face here at T.L. Rhodes. Billie Jo Brotherton taught here for many, many years and then was principal next door at Platt Elementary. She now represents this area, District 1, on the Bossier Parish School Board, and today she is the focus of our board member spotlight.
So before we get into that, we want you to like, subscribe, hit every single button you can. Give us some feedback, give us comments. We want you to be a part of every episode. And so if you can do that for us, it helps us. We want to get everybody involved. So Sonia, are you ready to yell, throw me something, mister?
Absolutely, let's do it. I tell you what, our pre-K through first graders are so excited about this because, as you mentioned, this is the first time since 2020 that T.L. Rhodes has been able to have their beloved tradition, the Mardi Gras Shoebox Parade. So we are ready to, well, they're ready to throw and catch beads. I know so are you. So we're going to take everybody rolling with Rowland.
Is there some cotton on it?
It's cotton balls.
It's cotton balls.
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Who helped you make it?
My mom.
Is your mom like awesome? Wow. She put it on wheels. So is Barbie like camping out? Do you like to camp? Y'all ever get to go camping?
Only sometimes.
Sometimes? Hey, do you have enough beads? Do you want two more? No, you're done with that? Okay. What is that, like a fire?
Yeah.
Oh man, was that your idea? You are creative. Oh, I love stuff. Where'd you get the alligator from?
My Mimi or Mom.
Your Mimi bought it? Oh, what is this like? Is this like your tent? And is that right there your fire?
Me and my dad went camping like that. And so
Did y'all shoot an alligator?
we go out here.
You go out. A Bigfoot float. That's what that is.
I put grave digger tires on mine. I made this all by myself and it was like 3 hours.
30 hours?
Yeah, that means like 30 days probably.
That's like 3 days. Cotton? Man, look at that.
Welcome back, everybody. Whoa, we've got royalty here in the house. Happy Mardi Gras. We have crew of Justinian with us here, royalty for the Mardi Gras Shoebox Parade. Hey, thank you all so much for being here. You know, this is a lot of fun. And did you happen to notice, by the way, Billie Jo Brotherton on the sidelines just smiling ear to ear. You know, she taught here at TL Rhodes for 19 years, so this is a tradition that she remembers and still loves, and she loves every opportunity that she gets to come back here to visit at TL Rhodes.
You know, Miss Brotherton, 33 years in the Bossier Parish School System as an educator, not only teacher, but also became an assistant principal at Platt Elementary. But when you spend 20 years, literally 20 years in one place, it's always special to go back. And so we are so glad to have her as our school board member spotlight. And I had a chance to sit down and talk with her about not only her experience as an educator, but also the transition she's made into being District 1 Halton Representative School Board member for the last, really, I think, 8 years.
Yeah,
so,
I think a couple of terms now.
Yeah, so excited about that.
All right, so let's take a look at our board member spotlight.
Welcome in, everyone. We are here today at TL Rhodes for our school board member spotlight. We are joined by what I would consider Halton royalty, Miss Billie Jo Brotherton of the famed Brotherton family. Miss Billie Jo, welcome today.
Thank you, Mr. Rowland.
We are so glad to have you. And I got just a couple things. First of all, your family in Halton and in Bossier Parish, the Brotherton name really is associated with education. What does that mean to you?
A lot. We love Bossier Parish. I know that sounds kind of corny, but you know, Bossier means everything to us. We grew up, all of us here, all of us in the Halton area, District 1, which I represent. We love it. And when I decided to run, it was just to give back. You know, I'm proud of the fact that we are all from Bossier Parish.
Yes, ma'am. Well, your husband, Coach Bob Brotherton, longtime teacher and coach at Halton, retired, now serves police jury. Your oldest son, Jason, head football coach at Halton High School.
Yeah.
Your other son, Coy, head football coach at Parkway High School.
Yep.
And so I know our viewers and our listeners see that there's a theme to this. But just a little bit about you. 33 years in the Bossier Parish School System. 20 years, 19 years
19 here.
19 here at TL Rhodes.
Right.
And then you moved to the administrative end at Platt Elementary. Tell us about that time.
Well, first of all, when I graduated from Northwestern, I got hired in Caddo for a year and a half. It was like, get me home. But finally, at the end of that year and a half, an opening came open at Platt in kindergarten. And it was like going home. And I had just had Jason. And I got hired as a kindergarten teacher at Platt, worked there until we built this school. This school, I believe, was built in 1980, if I'm not wrong. So I got to watch my classroom being built. And so we moved over here, taught here. And at that time, we had outgrown this school. The Halton area has grown so fast. So we had to build the kindergarten wing. So we moved down to the kindergarten wing. And about 19 years in, I never wanted to leave the Halton area. So the job came open. We call it the Great Divorce. You know, we split up. Rhodes became kindergarten through first, and Platt became second and third. Princeton became fourth and fifth. So the job came open at Platt for assistant principal. So I applied and got the job. And so I went over there, worked with Brenda Estes. She was the principal, and it was great. I loved it. I really wasn't ready to retire when it was time to retire. Bob was. We retired at the same time.
Awesome.
But had my first grandchild, and I was determined I was going to stay home. And God was so, you know, God does everything so well. It just so happened it was the end of my 33rd year.
Wow.
So I retired at that time to keep her. And then the school board job came open. And I thought, you know what, I really want to do that. I felt like I could bring something to the table for the school board that wasn't really there. That's the education background.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, all of us on the board have our backgrounds, and mine happened to be in education. And I felt like that I could help them realize what the teachers are seeing, because I saw things through the educator's eye. I think it has helped me. I understand a lot of times what the teachers are thinking and what they're going through that maybe some of the other board members haven't had that experience. So
we are seeing growth. And so going forward, what do you see happening for Bossier Schools in the Halton community?
Well, it is growing, and it's, we were for a while there the fastest growing, and now we're second to Benton. Benton's growing the fastest, but we're second. And I see just lately in the past year or so that more businesses are coming in. So going forward, we're full. Our schools are full. A lot of great things have happened. I don't know. My wish is personally, I wish we could ever get a high school. I really feel like Houghton needs a new high school. We are now at the point at Houghton High School, there's no place to add anything. Right. And we are in the process of trying to purchase some land, which is good. But I feel like there's nowhere to expand, and we just keep growing. And that's a good thing for Bossier Parish, that we're all growing. But the problem with that comes that we need new schools, and growth sometimes, we have to accommodate all of that. And Houghton community is involved in their schools. But we're growing, and a lot of new subdivisions going in. So, we're going to have to address that sooner or later.
Well, on behalf of all of us that work for the district, on behalf of all of the constituents in Houghton, on behalf of all of our schools in Houghton and all of our Bossier Parish schools, we want to thank you for your service, for your passion for what you do, and for the investment you've made, not only into Houghton, but into Bossier Schools now much more than 33 years.
Yeah.
Well over 40 years.
Yeah.
And so thank you, Ms. Brotherton, for all you do.
Thank you. Well, Bossier's been good to us.
This episode of On the Record with Bossier Schools is brought to you by Citizens National Bank. From checking and savings accounts to mortgage and refinancing, Citizens National Bank is here for all of your personal banking needs and is honored to be a proud partner of Bossier Schools.
Welcome back to On the Record with Bossier Schools as we dole out a few superintendent shout-outs. Earlier this week, we had a lot of fun surprising 3 outstanding members of the Bossier Schools family with news they will represent our parish as District School Support Personnel of the Year.
Congratulations to Jordan Johnson, Damian Washington, and Ernest Harris. We had the privilege to go and surprise each one of these. Miss Johnson is a paraprofessional at Sun City Elementary who will tell you her favorite part of the day is working car line because she gets to start and end Students' Day on a good note, and the feeling that Sun City love. She was just so dynamic when we got to visit with her. Also, Mr. Washington, he is the head custodian at Russian Middle. This is his first year. One thing that I noticed about him was that he is CPI certified, oftentimes lending a helping hand with special needs, and he comes from the acclaimed tree of the Bel Air maintenance tech staff. So he's doing a great job there. And then one of my favorite guys in Bossier Parish, Mr. Ernest Harris, been on the custodial staff at Airline High School now for 20 years. Had the opportunity to work closely with Ernest for years. And he's the first to arrive on campus, and he does whatever it takes. He has really one of the best hearts on that campus. So well deserving of these three support employees of the year.
Well, we are so proud that they will represent us now as they move on in the state competition for Outstanding School Support Employee. Superintendent Mitch Downey is also sending shout-outs to a number of students in our choral programs that represented Bossier Parish in the elementary, middle, and high school honor choirs. Altogether, vocalists from 10 Bossier School choirs were a part of the District 8 Choral Directors Association honor choirs, which include students from 5 parishes.
We are also extremely proud of Airline Senior Kylie Otherman and Benton High Senior Cale Latimer, who just got the news they have advanced to the finalist level of the National Merit Scholarship Program. Many of you know this is one of the most prestigious things you can do as a student in Bossier Parish. Kylie and Cale are now in the running for a National Merit Scholarship, which will be announced next month. And the challenge there is so great, but the honor of being called a National Merit Finalist, a National Merit Scholar, is one of the things that we are most proud of in Bossier Schools.
Tremendous. So congratulations to them. Hey, speaking of big announcements, congratulations to seniors Kennedy Banks from Airline and Ariana Gata and Riley Williams from Bossier High. They are among the 8 honorees and finalists for the Virginia K. Sheehy Most Influential Young Woman Award. That's a really big deal, and we're really proud of them.
And then, not to be outshined,
I like that play on
What a
words.
night to shine. We had
Yes.
the Tim Tebow Foundation sponsored just an unforgettable night for those 14 years and older of special needs, many of whom are Bossier students. Sonia, we had over 350 guests at A Night to Shine.
I love this. This gives them the full prom experience. And what's so neat is the ladies arrive and they have their hair and makeup done. The guys have their shoes shined, and then they are taken by limousine to a crowd of adoring fans who cheer their arrival. And they're then paired with buddies who serve as their prom dates. And I tell you what a fun night they have. I mean, this makes your heart smile.
It takes hundreds of volunteers, literally, and I know we say hundreds, but there was over 1,000 volunteers, and what makes us so proud is that so many of the volunteers were Bossier School
Yes.
employees and students that come out and support this effort. Just a fantastic event to be a part of. I've never worked A Night to Shine and say, I wish I hadn't done that. It'll fill you up.
I tell you what, it was a cold, rainy night, but you know what? The warmth that you felt from that night just permeated from the inside out. I mean, the kids were shining. Everybody just enjoyed A Night to Shine.
Wonderful night.
Worldwide, by the way. I didn't even realize that Night to Shine has become a worldwide effort since 2007. Been going on in Bossier Parish since 2014. Had to take a little bit of a different turn during COVID because they had to start just kind of doing an outside drive-through, but this was the first year to be able to come back inside, have the full experience, and what an experience it was.
We did have employees from TL Rhodes actually working, and we got to take pictures of them. They had their picture made with a photo of Tim Tebow. Of course, one of the draws to having A Night to Shine is that at some venue in the country, Tim Tebow is going to show up. And we're always thinking that we're going to be the ones that
this year will be Bossier Parish's year.
So we keep encouraging people, hey, he just might show up.
Right, maybe next year. So sign up to volunteer. You will not be sorry for that. Well, that is all the time that we have for this episode of On the Record with Bossier Schools. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a single episode.
We want to give a special shout out to our title sponsor, Citizens National Bank. Jason Smith and the crew have supported everything that we've done. They support Bossier Schools. They're fantastic community partners, so just really thank them for all they're doing in Bossier Schools. Until next time, thanks for joining us. Happy Mardi Gras and have a wonderful day.
Ooh, let's go eat some king cake now.
Been a Bossier Schools production. Join us next time when we go On the Record with Bossier Schools.